a grandmother.
Women in leadership, business, and lifestyle.
I know I do. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. Good morning to everyone out there, and welcome to Lifi'n Talk this morning. And I think that you're going to find that, our topic is powerful. So, Dr. Rose White, good morning and welcome to another segment of Lifi'n Talk. My mentor, my friend, my collaborator, and I'm so grateful for you. So thank you and welcome.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you.
So I thought we'd talk about, since we're approaching a new year, 5 goals for 2026. It's about resetting. It's about real growth in your life and finding the real you. Because you know what? After all, that's our authentic self trying to get to our inner authentic self is so powerful. And you know what? When you really get to that place within you of authenticity, you feel free, you feel powerful, you feel encouraged no matter what, may come, that you're rock solid within yourself. And so that's what we're going to be talking about this morning. And before we talk about some goals for 2026, it's about taking a pause and just having that mindset to reset for 2026. So as we approach the holiday season, in which now we're in, so happy holidays.
Yes.
Real growth starts when we are intentional about it, when we have a mind shift, when inside the want to is there. And so that's what we're talking about, is coming into yourself and getting to know who you are, what you want to be in your life, because that's when real change, when you return to yourself. And so we're talking about 5 goals or 5 strategies. And I would say one of the most important ones is releasing your past, the who that you used to be. And so, you know what? The old you has to go, because yesterday's gone and today's today and the future is the future and the present is the present. So it's about having that epiphany of acceptance that you don't want to be silenced anymore, that you need to stop carrying all the weight of the past and all the weight of other people because you want to change them, because they need to change. And the truth of the matter is that, you know what? You can't do it for them, and you have to stop carrying that weight, because real growth happens when you stop dragging everything, stop dragging the weight, and just release, and you'll become more lighter. And then also, I would say that the second one is powerful, which is choosing to be aligned more. You know what? Towards the end of the year, we're exhausted. Maybe some things that we tried aren't working anymore. And we, quite frankly, are misaligned. And so, you know what? There's opportunity to become realigned the way that you're supposed to, the flow that is you and your authentic self, and making a true decision. I'm tired of it. And so, you know what? I do want to realign, because I recognize that I have been living in misalignment. Stop feeling guilty about everything and just have that mindset that 2026 is going to be the kickoff of your reset. and your growth. And then also, another goal for you to keep in mind is building emotional strength, your fortitude, your strength within you. You know what? It doesn't matter outside circumstances. Don't be moved by it, because if you build your inner strength, no matter if a hurricane comes, a tornado, or an earthquake, you're steadfast in you. And you know what? It doesn't matter what anybody says. You know that you have the confidence to go through whatever challenges. And it's having that mindset to do the work within you, because you know what? You don't have to be the loudest to be strong. So you can be the best version of you. And also in this 2026, having the mindset to redefine who you are in your success, having success. But guess what? It's your terms. It doesn't have to be anybody else's terms. And also, definition of your success. What does success mean to you? It's not about fortune, it's not about fame. It could be the most beautiful, intangible things that are the most valuable. Having love in your life, having connections with friends.
Yes.
And also, you know what? Just having that inner peace. So, peace in your body, in your mindset, having the ability to make new choices in 2026. That's all going to be progress to reset. And then the last one, which is make it intentional in 2026 to live as your real self. You know what? Making it a decision that you want to go places, you want to see things, and you can do that with planning. But you know what? First of all, it's traveling within your inner self, your inner world. Because if that's all in shambles, you need to make sure that that's healthy and strong, strong core. And so when you know yourself, when you've done the work, when you've identified, then you can build that vision to reset and grow and to move in your gifts and talents. And Rose, I know that you have some insight and some goals as well that are very important to you that I'd like for you to share.
Thank you so much, Liz. I tell you, that was so good. I was really blessed by everything that you said. And, first of all, I just want to say, even to our listening audience, that I personally love the work that Liz is doing. I want to say that, because this is all about, it's all about real people. It's about real life. This is about real growth. And so she has definitely helped me to grow in 2025. And I'm looking so forward to 2026. And so as we step into 2026, the word that is rising, and that is what Liz has mentioned, it's all about reset. It's
Yes.
not about a restart, but it's about a realignment. And so we're talking about a full blown cleansing, a deep breath that is for your soul. So the first thing that I want to say when it comes to reset, and that is we've got to know how to return to our center.
Oh, that's good.
Returning to our center. And so a reset is not a sign that something is wrong. Let me make sure that I make that clear. What it is a sign is that there is something that is awakening. And so a reset invites all of us to release what has drained our previous year. Everything that has drained you in 2025, this is a reset now in 2026. What you carried out of obligation, you're being reset. What never matched who you truly have been called to be, you're now at a reset. And so resetting means you're giving yourself permission to step out of
So good.
that survival mode and move back into purpose mode. And so before you can grow, before I can grow, before we can grow, we've got to create some space. Before we can rise up, we've got to release some things. And before reset fully takes place, which is the doorway, we've got to know how to put everything in its prospective places. The second thing that I do want to mention is, that's helping me, and that is being able to grow. And I mean real growth. And real growth is an expansion that has intention. Real growth is not loud. That's something that was so powerful that you said. Yes. It's not about being loud. It doesn't always look impressive. Now, I'm a witness to that, because it doesn't look impressive at the very beginning. But real growth, oftentimes, it starts very quiet. A lot of people may not be seeing you right now, but that's okay. You just continue to just move progressively. You're moving with honesty. You're moving with integrity. You are moving with courage. It's little small, consistent steps. Those are the decisions that will help to bring about momentum. Growth requires also structure, and that's something that has been spoken to me so much in the month of December, and that is structure. Growth also requires some boundaries has got to be set. But another thing that growth does require, and that is being clear in what it is that you want to accomplish, having clarity, what it is that you want to do, who you really are. And so this is where goals become powerful. Not a New Year's hype, because everybody has their New Year's resolution. Okay.
That's so true.
But we're talking about being aligned, that which is attainable. We're talking about life-giving goals. That's every day, not just the first 2 weeks of the year. And then before January is even finished, we didn't already forgot about everything that we had said. See, goals are those things that reflect who you are becoming. It's not who you were pretending to be, but who you are. The third thing I do want to talk about, and that's goal setting. We got to set some goals for 2026. Somebody might be saying, I'm setting a goal that I want to lose 20 pounds. I'm setting a goal, I'm going to write that book. I'm setting a goal that I'm going to start a new business. But we're talking about real encouraging an approach to you for the year of 2026. This is that year, and I want to encourage each and every one of you that are listening, to us on today, that there are 3 types of goals. So I hope that you've got your pad and pen and that you're writing this down, because there are 3 types of goals that I want you to think about. They're simple, they're meaningful, and most importantly, they're personal. This is not someone else's goal. This is your goal. This is my goal. This is your goal. And so when we think about the first thing, and that is to reset your goal, this is something that you are releasing, or perhaps you're restructuring. And I'm taking this very personal because I've had to restructure my own goals for 2026.
Yes. I mean, and that's a constant thing.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
we try to do that, and sometimes it doesn't work.
Absolutely.
In the natural, like
Absolutely.
we think, like in our head.
Right. Absolutely.
So don't be stumped by that,
That's
because
right.
it is growth. And so if it doesn't work, move on to something else.
Absolutely.
And retry, restructure that particular goal.
Absolutely. And so I want you to just ask yourself this question when it comes to that. What is one thing that I am no longer carrying into 2026? That's your reset goal.
Do you have one?
That one thing, and that is, I'm not going to eat a whole lot of stuff that I ate in 2025. Okay. I'm resetting that goal.
I've got one too.
What is yours?
And you know what? I am putting extra weight down. And that's to say that, you know what, I've been carrying other people's cares.
Yes.
Trying to make sure that they're well, mentally, and you know what, trying to make some changes for them. And it has been, that's an energy zapper, because I have realized, and now I'm free of that, that you can't take on everybody's burdens.
Right.
And you can't be a problem solver for everything
That's
and
right.
everyone.
That's right.
So do what you can and just let go of the rest, because eventually it all works out.
Yeah, that's right. The second thing, though, when it comes to goals, is having a growth a goal a growth goal. What do I mean by that? This is something that's measurable and it moves your life forward. And so I want you to ask yourself this question: what is one thing that if I improved it by even 1%, what would change my whole year? Just 1%. What is one thing that if I approved it by even 1% would change my entire year? This could be a financial stability, perhaps saving $5 extra, you know, perhaps putting aside some of the little small things and waiting. We talk about having a delayed gratification, just putting aside something small, and it's going to make a big difference in your whole year. Health rhythms, the things that you do for your health, business systems that you're putting in place, professional development, taking an extra course. But then another goal that I want you to think about, and that is that which is real, and that is the real me, the real you. That needs to be a goal. The real me goal. I want you to say that. I'm making a real me goal.
I'm making a real me goal.
Absolutely. And see, that is something that honors the authentic you.
Yes.
You're becoming your authentic self. And so I want you to ask yourself this question: what is one thing that I'm doing this year because it aligns with who I really am? Who I really am, not who everybody expects me to be. That's something I want you to really take into consideration. This could be about writing your book. And I said that because I'm an author, and so my goal is to not only write that book, but now to promote that book, to help other people see the purpose in that book and how it's going to benefit them. Becoming your true, authentic self, a real me goal. I want you to do that for this year. And so your goals should feel like oxygen. It's the air that you breathe. This is not pressure at all. They should inspire you. Your goals should never intimidate you.
That's good.
Okay. And so here's the secret: the real you can do more than the old you ever believed.
That's fantastic.
I tell you, that's amazing. And so I want to, and again, the things in which I share is not just what I'm sharing for you to do, but I'm also doing it my own self. These are things that I'm applying for me. But the thing that I want to say in my last portion, as I'm preparing to end what I'm going to say, and that is, I want you to find the real you. Identify with the things that brings about impact, because identity has to be first before there is an impact. The real you is powerful. You may not know it. You are powerful. You are strategic. You are compassionate. You are capable. Those are actually words of affirmation. Somebody needs to be writing those words down, putting them up where you can see it every single day. You are gifted. I want you to believe that. You are an essential part of life. Someone needs you. They need the gift that's in you, not a version that has been pieced together by circumstances, but the version that God has intended for you. And so finding the real you means you've got to ask better questions. You've got to honor your emotional truth. You've got to step out of the shadows of comparison. Stop trying to compare yourself to someone else. Yeah. Liz, she is just the most wonderful person. And she has helped me to become a better me. But I recognize that I cannot compare myself to Liz. Liz is being.
She's dynamic.
Yeah. So,
you are a gift, talking about gift and impact.
Likewise. And likewise. And so we say that because we want you to realize that you have got to become the best of you.
Yes.
Not trying to be like anybody else, and give yourself permission to evolve, to get better with time. Every day you get a little bit better. Every day. January is birthday month for me. I'm getting a year younger. Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry. Year older, but you know what? A year better. I'm evolving every single day. And that's where I want you to recognize that you are evolving, you are growing, you are changing, you are, as the butterfly, you're coming out of that cocoon into something that is absolutely beautiful. The real you is not hiding, you are emerging.
Thank you, Rose. And you know what? I couldn't have said it better. Um, just a couple of closing points. As we approach 2026 and the goals that we talked about, Rose and I really want you to think about having a thought about setting up a life plan. And you may ask, what does that mean? A life plan can be um, just the goals that between Rose and I that we mentioned. It's a start, but it also is evaluating every area of your life. And that's what a master life coach is for. A life coach is for. If you have a dream about starting a business, being an entrepreneur, there's help because we are entrepreneurs. And besides Dr. Rose being a master life coach, she's also a business coach. She can help. I can also speak to that. And so having a plan is your roadmap. And so it encompasses your whole entire life, looking at different pictures in your personal, your business, and your financial picture is so important. So take the time as we approach the beginning of this new year 2026 to reset in a big way and grow your personal growth, expand because you're limited only by your mindset. So I hope this segment has empowered you today. Dr. Rose, thank you so much
Thank you.
for being here and for being such an inspiration to me.
Thank you.
And a collaborator and a mentor and a friend because
Likewise.
you are a gift.
Likewise.
And thank you. And if you like this content, then subscribe and share. Hit the like button. If you have any questions, any comments, make sure that you have those comments and send us because we're also going to be doing a live Q&A session this first quarter, and we can answer any questions that you may have. So more to follow on that. And so I wish you much love this holiday season, and make sure that you tell the people in your life that you love them, connect to them. And you know what? There's only this thing called life. We only have precious moments. So make every day count. Be intentional about everything that you do in your life. If it doesn't serve you, throw it out. Say goodbye to it because you know what? We're ending 2025.
Yeah.
So it's time to reset.
Yes.
And grow. So thank you for your time today. And I wish everybody happy holiday season, happy new year, and just make it a great day. So until next time, thank you, Dr. Rose. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
And I will
Liz.
see you soon. Bye-bye.